Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where oh my, that was a little laggy. I just realized I haven't extended solar panels yet. That is something that is kinda necessary. So let's just go ahead and do that quick. Apparently we have to do them one at a time. Now I did modify the game data as well as the save game, and hopefully that'll do some changes to the screen messages. Theoretically, if I'm understanding it correctly, it should be only once a day now that we're getting screen messages. We'll see if that works. But I also need to go ahead and get this guy in a like 90-degree polar orbit from where our other one is, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So we do have this maneuver that will take us to Minmus, so let's just go ahead and warp to next maneuver. Excellent. So this will be 900 meters per second. We've got plenty of delta V here. No concerns there. This will be a 31-second burn, so we want to do this at about 15 and a half seconds. Will be about the right time. And you notice we didn't get any screen messages during that warp. That's a good sign. We should theoretically only be getting one per day now. And boy, do I ever hope that's true. If you're interested, you can leave a comment and I can tell you in the text what exactly I changed. It'll be slightly easier to do it in text, I think. But hopefully that works and doesn't spam us anymore, because that was very annoying. Okay, so we're going to be doing this burn here in about 15 seconds. About 5 seconds. And let's burn. I feel like we're drifting off the node a little bit. Let me try to correct that ever so slightly. Okay. Let's just go ahead and throttle down, get back to the node. And I'm just going to burn here a little bit. I want this burn to be pretty accurate, but we're probably going to have to make corrections anyway. Let's go ahead and see what that got us. We do have an encounter here. Okay, it's not perfect, but it'll do. So at this periapsis, we can go ahead and do a retrograde burn. I don't want to flip the orbit, per se. What I do want to do is just barely be in orbit. Like this. That is pretty much ideal. Let's go ahead and warp to this maneuver. This is going to be 6 days, so we expect there to be like 6 to 7 messages per deployed science, I think. So we expect there to be somewhere around... Is it per deployed science or per control station? There will be somewhere around, we expect 12 to like 30 some messages, but it should still be far fewer than what we were seeing before. So let's go ahead and warp to the next maneuver. And off we go. Yeah, look at this. This is so much better. That's 8. That's 10. So it looks like it's per control center. Okay. We need to go ahead and get to our destination here in terms of our maneuver, which is basically just going to be retrograde. There we go. This is a 6-second burn, so we're going to burn this at T-minus 3 seconds. And look at that, we only got 10 screen messages. Like, that's a manageable amount of screen messages. I'm okay with this. Okay, we're going to do this burn very, very shortly. Now. Okay. Just going to stay at retrograde here. Good enough. At the apoapsis, let's just go ahead and add a quick maneuver here to push our periapsis out to basically the max level it can get. I mean, that's close enough, but I want it to be vaguely circular. So let's just... Oop, nope. Come on back in. That was too much. I really wish that they would make the scroll wheel a little bit more logical with how it worked. That would be nice. As it is, I feel like it's actually slightly more precise to work with this, which is awkward, to be sure. There. That'll do. Now our inclination is a little wacky, but that's okay. With a circularized orbit, we should be able to burn like right here-ish and get ourselves inserted into a nice polar orbit. So this is a 2.2 meter per second burn. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves oriented for that. There we go. Whoa, no. I was still on retrograde stability assist. There we go. Now we're oriented for that, and let's just go ahead and warp to next maneuver, which is going to be 10 days. And I just canceled the warp. Okay, there we go. It's going to be 10 days, so we do expect there to be some screen messages coming in, but not a huge number. Okay, I'm just going to go pure retrograde here. No, pure prograde here. I don't know why I was thinking retrograde, but whatever. This rocket is so engineered. Like, this is still our first stage. We have 2 more stages. Okay, whatever. Like, realistically, I feel like this could get to Duna pretty easily. Okay, so we're going to want to burn this very, very briefly at basically exactly the apoapsis here. I am not by any means going to be throttling all the way up here. There's no reason for that. So I'm going to do this at like 2 seconds. Close enough. A little bit more. There. What's that look like? Perfection. That's what that looks like. I'll take it. Okay, so then somewhere around here-ish? Well, technically, if we want it to be 90 degrees from the orbit, then we want to position ourselves so that this line is basically straight, which is about here-ish. And we want to burn basically at the very bottom of this. So we'll add a maneuver here, and we'll just see how we can get this set up. Now technically, we are going to have to do some adjustments here, because we are right at the edge. Okay, let's just get this over that. This is not efficient. Okay, I'm going to not do that radial burn for right now. In fact, I'm just going to completely get rid of that, and we're going to try again. Retrograde? Retrograde. Sounds good to me. We'll keep burning retrograde a little bit as we need to. Okay, for here I think we're going to need to do a radial. More retrograde? More radial? I don't know about that. Yeah, I feel like we do need more retrograde like that. And then we need to manage to get this thing to stay within the system. But honestly, we can do that later on with a retrograde burn. So, like, let's just keep this. Well, I want to go ahead and position like this. I don't want to set Minmus as target right now. But I do want to position so that this line is basically straight. And let's just adjust our periapsis a little bit here. About like that. Now our periapsis is going to need to be adjusted, as is our apoapsis, because our apoapsis is not in orbit. But this is only 96.1 meters per second, and realistically, we can make these adjustments at a later date. So this is going to be, what, 3 burns left to put this in the proper orbit? Something like that. I'm sure this is not the most efficient way to do it, but it's the way I'm doing it. And I have massive overkill in the Delta V department, so it's all good. Oh, it's fighting me because I'm on prograde. Right. There we go. Let's go ahead and warp to next maneuver. 20-day warp. So we're going to have a few screen messages popping in, but not the, like, 300 that were before. Technically, I could have made this be any duration between the screen messages that I wanted to. I chose 21,600 in hopes that it would be about once per day, and that's what it seems to be. Now, I think you only get the science when the screen message pops up. So that's why I didn't have it be, you know, like every 6 months or something. Okay. We are now in position for this burn. It is going to be a 2-second burn. Well, technically it's going to be at T-minus 1 seconds, but it's a 2-second burn. So let's just go ahead and warp forward a little bit further. Okay. Then we're going to burn at T-minus 1 second. That was too much, but it's probably fine. Realistically, I think we should adjust it. Let's get on over. I just throttled up way too much. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix this guy. About like that. Good enough. Okay. At the periapsis, we are going to need to do a retrograde burn. Apparently not retrograde? No, that was prograde. What am I talking about? We're doing a retrograde burn. And I don't want it to be quite there. I want it to be more like there or so. Excellent. That'll do for now. So let's go ahead and lock to retrograde for now. Actually, we'll just go to the maneuver node. No reason not to. It's a pure retrograde burn, but even so. Okay, and let's just go ahead and warp to the periapsis. Warp to next maneuver. And then we'll burn retrograde for about 1 second, apparently. Small burns make big gains over Minmus. There's no doubt about that. That's why we're putting the base here. Okay. Just gonna warp forward a little bit further. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this burn now because I'm not doing a full bore burn here. There, good enough. Yep, definitely good enough. Okay, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will finish finalizing this orbit. Specifically, we want the apoapsis to be here, and the periapsis to be here, but we'll get that in the next episode. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.